You know who the biggest failure really is? It's not the guy who messed up. It's the guy who didn't fail, but is too scared to even try again. How does a genius turn into a total washout in just 3 years? This story is the answer. No courses, no muses. The solution was a dusty workshop and a lesson on sanding wood. Daniel Crowell, the city's golden boy. When his first book, The Silent Echo, dropped, the NYT critics called him the voice of a generation. But now, that praise feels like a curse. It's been 3 years, 4 months, and 12 days. Daniel hasn't even finished the first chapter of Book 2. Every morning starts with this heavy feeling. He can't even look in the mirror without thinking, "You're done. You peaked." It's over. Daniel sits at his laptop. He avoids the clock because time scares him. 10 a.m. He thinks, coffee first, then I'll write. That takes 15 minutes. He stares out the window. Weather's too gloomy for romance writing. Let's find some inspo. He opens Instagram, sees other writers on book tours. He feels jealous. Then he feels gross for feeling jealous. Time slips away. 10 a.m. becomes 12, then 3 p.m. The page is still blank. His agent leaves a voicemail. "Daniel, is the manuscript ready?" He ignores it. He flips his phone over. He tells himself, "I'm a creator. I need flow." You can't force art, but deep down, he knows the truth. It's not about flow. It's fear. It's laziness. It's the terror of failing. He's lost. His mind is just as messy as his room. One day, cleaning his garage, he trips over something massive. It's his grandfather's old oak writing desk. His grandpa used to write letters on this thing, but now it's a wreck. Wobbly legs, varnish peeling off, rough edges. Daniel thinks, if I fix this desk, maybe, just maybe, the words will come back. He Googles antique furniture restoration and finds Mr. Silas Heritage Woodshop out by the highway. That afternoon, he rents a truck and hauls it there. The place is tucked away near the tall pines. Inside, it smells like cedar, sawdust, and strong varnish. No machines. Just a rhythmic scrape, scrape, scrape. Someone is sanding wood. Standing in the middle is a huge old man. Denim apron, hands rough as leather. That's Silas. He's sanding a big block of wood. Daniel puts the desk down. "Hello? Can I come in?" Silas doesn't look up. He keeps sanding. Scrape, scrape, scrape. His hand moves like a metronome. 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Daniel is getting annoyed. Is this old guy deaf? Finally, Silas puts down the sandpaper. He feels the wood. Then he looks at Daniel with eyes like stone. "Never interrupt a conversation with the wood, son." His voice rumbles like a deep well. "What do you got?" Daniel points to the desk. "My grandpa's desk. I want to restore it, but it's in bad shape. Broken legs, surface is uneven." Silas walks over, touches the wood. American white oak, solid stuff, but neglect killed its spirit. Daniel sighs. "Like me. I'm a writer, but I haven't moved my pen in 3 years. I'm dried up inside." Silas frowns. "A writer? So you're a craftsman. But looking at your hands, doesn't look like you do any work." Daniel snaps. "Excuse me? I try every day. I just don't have the mood. The ideas aren't there. I'm not a carpenter. I make art." Silas smiles. A smile that makes Daniel feel very small. He takes Daniel to a rough, ugly log. "Daniel," Silas says, There's a beautiful sculpture inside this log. But if I sit here thinking, I'm not in the mood today, the wood is too hard, will the sculpture ever come out? Daniel says no, but wood is an object. Listen. Silas hands him the sandpaper. Take this. It's called sandpaper. It has no emotions. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're sad. Its only job is to grind, to make the rough smooth. He looks Daniel in the eye. You so-called artists think perfection falls from the sky. Wrong. Perfection is like this sandpaper. You grind at it every day. Can't write? Write garbage. Write trash, but write. Just like I sand this wood. Carpenter's rule, the grain doesn't care about your pain. If you stop, it stays rough. Inspiration? That's the varnish. That comes last. But first you gotta sweat and smooth it out. That's the real work. Amateurs wait for ideas. Masters show up and sand the wood until it speaks. Daniel didn't take the desk home. He left it at the shop and said, I'll fix it myself. That night he taped a piece of sandpaper to his laptop. He wrote a note in big letters. Don't wait for the polish. Just sand. He gave himself a challenge. For the next 90 days, he isn't a writer. He's a carpenter. His job is to sand 1,000 words a day. Day 1:06 a.m. Daniel opens the laptop. No ideas. He thinks of Silas. He starts typing. I don't know what to write, but I'm writing. He wrote terrible sentences, but he didn't stop. Day 30. At Silas' workshop, Daniel is fixing the desk legs. Sweating buckets. Silas is watching. Daniel learns that patience isn't waiting, it's keeping at it. Day 60. Daniel is at his table. There's a storm outside. Power's out. He's writing by candlelight. Friends are calling. He ignores them. He doesn't care about mood anymore. He's a slave to the habit. Day 85. The desk is shining like new. Daniel runs his hand over it, smooth, like a mirror. Just like his story, what was once a mess is now beautiful. Day 90, 10 a.m. Daniel puts his laptop on the new desk. He types the last line of the novel. Hits enter. Done. He touches the wood. The smell of oak mixes with the smell of a finished book. He realizes he was chasing the wrong thing for 3 years. He was waiting for magic, but the magic was in his fingers and the daily grind. Daniel is a bestseller again. Huge book launch. A young writer raises his hand. Sir, this book is a masterpiece. Who was your muse? How did you beat writer's block? Daniel pulls a worn-out piece of sandpaper from his pocket. The crowd stares. He leans into the mic. I didn't have a muse. I just had a piece of sandpaper. I learned that life or art, it doesn't come smooth. You wake up, even if you hate it, you sit at the table, and you sand life down. That's the secret. Keep sanding, and one day you'll find your masterpiece.